Well, more than $7.6 billion. That's what Ohioans waged on sports gambling. Now, it's been more than a year since online betting became legal here in the Buckeye State. And for the past year, 10 TV has been following the money.
Tonight, 10 Investigates. Clay Gordon reveals where those billions of dollars are going.
A look back at the launch.
97% mobile and online. Was that what was expected with sports gambling in the state?
I think the fact that it's over 90% isn't really a surprise.
Bets were instant, but state services didn't see any money for months as wagers waited on the legislature to appropriate money, which happened in July. 98% of sports gaming profits were earmarked for schools and the state's 5 scholarships. 10 Investigates reached out to the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. We found out that the money didn't start hitting school bank accounts until September. And that of the $7.6 billion wagered in the state, the Office of Budget and Management says educational programs will get $193.8 million. A Department of Education and Workforce spokesperson says, quote, all schools and all scholarship recipients are benefiting from these sports gaming funds. And the funds are combined with the funds from the state lottery and the state general revenue funds to support the total cost of the program. Support, according to OBM, for fiscal year 2024 is $12.97 billion, an increase of $132 billion or 11.4%. Columbus City Schools receives the third most funding from the state, behind Cleveland and Toledo, despite being the largest school system. It's all based on a funding formula, meaning CCS receives about $197 million for fiscal year 24, $2 million less the following year. The other 2%,
there are a lot of people out there needing help,
is going to support sports gambling addiction.
Statistically, what are we talking about?
I would say probably well over 200,000 in the state, I think would be a safe estimate.
Maryhaven is one of the state's gambling addiction intervention programs. Bruce Jones is now the retired administrative coordinator. He still sits on the Ohio Problem Gambling Advisory Board. Jones says they haven't seen any of the sports problem gambling funds, despite a rise in gambling addiction in the state. Now they're working off previous casino and lottery funds earmarked for problem gambling. OBM says the Problem Sports Gaming Fund has gotten $3.3 million in tax and licensing revenue since January 2023. None of it, though, has been touched, set aside to help future programs, including a recently approved outlet for college athletes to report any harassment anonymously.
They get reached out to on social media based on their performance, by, random people. But it could also be folks, maybe that they live with or friends who maybe had money on a game that they were participating in.
Another program would support Ohioans gambling online.
One of the projects that we're looking at involves taking a look at all of the websites and apps that patrons can use and looking at their responsible gambling tools.
Frank says sites and apps are able to track users' gambling patterns. The commission is looking at ways to intervene earlier, similar to social media sites identifying doom scrolling.
Gambling is so normalized in society, and it can always be that way, but we're trying to reduce the stigma.
For 10 Investigates, I'm Clay Gordon.
Well, there's more help available for those with a gambling addiction. Telehealth treatment services are available for rural areas and those not close to a treatment facility. Or you can call the National Problem Gambling Helpline. That number is 1-800-GAMBLER.